And here we are, gentlemen. Welcome back to another video. This video was supposed to come out a couple of days ago, but I've had nothing but technical issues. First, the mic wouldn't connect, and then second, it was shooting on like standard or just wide. And to do motovlogs, you kind of need ultra wide to really get a whole picture. So with that being said, let's get some fuel. Let's give her some liquid courage. Go on this ride and talk about what we're going to talk about today. Oh yeah, here we go. Basically empty. We'll get her nice and filled up, and then we'll go for this ride on this beautiful Monday afternoon. I gotta get into the habit of squeezing the tank with my legs. I haven't really been doing too much of that. And so what's been happening, I've noticed I've been putting a lot of weight on my wrists, and then on longer rides specifically, like, you start to feel it. So I am like mentally making the effort to squeeze the tank. With my legs. Which I'd rather my legs be sore than my wrists, to be honest, if you know what I mean. Which, by the way, guys, thank you again for getting us past the 500 subscriber benchmark. That is a huge milestone. And it's going to be the first of many, I promise, guys. We're going to be here for quite a while, making content that y'all want to see. Having fun and being safe. But, those kids wanted a rev bomb, so had to do it. But yeah, if you guys are liking the content and you guys are liking what we're putting out so far, make sure to go ahead and subscribe down below. It's like 96% of you or something like that. Crazy, you aren't subscribed. And it would mean the world to me, especially as a smaller content creator, to see that kind of support. So if you guys are enjoying it, make sure to go ahead and drop that subscribe button down below. And if you guys do like the video and find it informative, go ahead and make sure you hit that like button. Anything helps, guys. Trust me, anything helps. Today's video is actually quite unique. So we just got our motorcycle endorsement recently. Because we got a ticket for speeding, and the cop realized we didn't have an endorsement, which I didn't even know we needed in the first place. And yeah, we got the endorsement last week Monday, and I shot the video twice now in a week, and both of the times technical difficulties. God damn it! It's like they don't want me to make this video. They don't want you guys to succeed. But basically the video is about how to make sure you pass your MSF course basically on your first try. I did a video on why I thought the MSF was a scam. I gotta turn on my music. This shit is way too fucking loud. I did a video basically saying how the MSF, in my opinion, was a scam. And I guess I didn't make a good enough point of saying that here in South Florida, that MSF course, that 2-day MSF course was $400. And a lot of you guys are saying, oh, my city is $75 or sometimes even free. And I mean, at that price, I mean, you can't beat it, right? But $400, bruh. And if you fail it, guess what? You won't get no goddamn refund, bro. You gotta reschedule, retake, spend the $400 again, and go at it. So that was basically my point, and I was just sharing my opinion on my scenario. Any day now, buddy. Lights green, buddy. So it was me sharing my opinion there. And yeah. So what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna go to our local park. We get out of work a little bit early. Managed to finish work a little bit early, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the park. And I'm going to basically show you what that MSF course is and what you need to have nailed down. You got to know like the back of your hand. in order to make sure you pass that course on your first try. Almost pretty much guaranteed. There's this parking lot. Oh, it's closed. So let's go here. Alright, so we made it to the parking lot. Let's park the bike. Now let's talk a little bit about this MSF course and what we can do to make sure we pass it. So, you want to get your motorcycle endorsement and you're worried about the test. Don't be worried about the test. Alright? Don't be. You guys are overthinking it. And I'll show you why. I'll show you why. Look at this freaking thing. Beautiful. And we got this bolt loose here. We lost a nut. We gotta tighten that. But anyways, don't pay attention to that. So, you want to get your motorcycle endorsement. Okay. Let's go over some things. Here's what you're pretty much going to have to master. First and foremost, and the most important part, and this is probably 30% of the test over the course of 2 days. Get familiar with your controls. Alright? So if I, for example, point to this, what does this do right here? This button down here. Is it the turn signal? Is it headlights? Is it the kill switch? Let's see. It's the horn. If you said horn, congratulations. You almost basically passed your motorcycle safety course. You pretty much basically passed your basic rider course training. So, get used to your control, and what specifically I want you to get used to, if you have a bike that you already bought and you're just waiting to get the endorsement and you're practicing on it, I want you to grab your clutch or go up to your buddy's bike and ask him, yo, buddy, can I grab onto your clutch? Right? He was a good friend, he said, yeah, for sure, bro. He'll be a little bit weirded out, but, what's the worst that can happen? So, I want you to really just be here for like a couple of minutes. Grabbing the clutch, squeezing it in, letting it out slowly, right? Slowly, letting it out, just squeezing it in, letting it out. And getting used to that feeling, because that is what you're going to feel most of the time in that basic rider course. So again, squeeze all the way in, which means no matter how much throttle you crank, there's no power going to the rear wheels, so you're safe. Chilling. So you guys got your clutch. Now, what is this? What is this thing right here? This wonky little thing. Would you say that's a chain adjuster? Would you say that's the horn? If you said gear shifter, you are correct. That is how you shift gears. So on a bike, most bikes, what you'll do is you'll click down. That will be your first gear, right? After you've done that, when you go just a little bit, when you go softly up, you're neutral. And as you keep going, you go second, third, fourth, fifth, so on and so forth. So you want to be familiar with that. What you want to get used to doing is at a standstill, get on the bike, stand it up, leave the kickstand down just in case. Feel the weight, right? You feel that weight? It's definitely not a bicycle, but I want you to feel it. And what I want you to do is grab your clutch, right foot down, get your foot, click down, boom, you're in first. And you can even turn on the battery so you can see I'm out of neutral. Now I'm in neutral. I want you to get used to first, so that's first, neutral. First, neutral. Clutch in. First, neutral, right? Get used to that weight. Get used to that weight, get used to the clutch. And what I want you to do now is turn it on. Kickstand up. And what you're going to do, this is again, I cannot stress how important this is right here, guys. What you're going to do is, you're going to clutch in, right? So clutch is in. You're going to go to first gear. We're in first gear. And what we're going to do is slowly come off the clutch. Slowly. Right? You see that? The bike's moving. I don't know if you can tell, but the bike's moving. I'm not giving it any power. My hands off the throttle, right? I'm gonna release the clutch slowly. The bike moves. So as you release that clutch, power starts going to the rear wheels and it starts pushing the bike forward. So get used to that. Again, slowly let go of the clutch. All right? You see that? You see that? You're chilling. What I want you to do next, after you've gotten that down, so first thing, get used to the clutch, right? Get familiar with the gears and putting the bike in first. And then what I want you to do is walk the bike. So again, no throttle. There's all clutch. And all you're doing is walking the bike. You're walking it. You're chilling. You're going for a little walk with the bike. You relax. Again, no throttle. This is just clutch work. Right? And what happens if I squeeze the clutch in? What do you think will happen? The power is going to stop going to the rear wheels, and it's going to bring itself to a stop. If you let it go all the way out, it's going to stall, which, that's not a big deal. You just have to be ready. It's kind of a jolt. It's kind of like this. Right? So you just jolt yourself forward. Again, no big deal. You just have to kind of expect it. So, you're doing great. We got clutch control in. We got clutch control. We got first and neutral. You're chilling. Dude, you're basically, this is like 80%, I would say like 75% of the basic rider course. Because you're going, by the way, I'm not even exaggerating. I don't think you guys can see the speedometer, but let's do a quick little U-turn here. Right? This is about as fast as you're going to go in the basic rider course. I'll tell you right now. Right here. 17 miles an hour. 17 to 20 miles an hour. This is about as fast as you go. So you never really have to get out of first gear. Obviously, depending on the bike that you're going to have. Most of the time it's 125s. So you might just want to, for comfortability, you might just want to get out of first gear and go to second. But you're going to practice that in the basic rider course. It's not a big deal. But that's something that is fairly easy. If you want, you can practice here, right? So clutch in, we're in second. Can we find neutral? We clutch in, go down, neutral, boom. We're neutral. The bike is coasting. First gear, boom, down one more. And you're chilling. Wow! Dude, you guys are doing great. All right. This is probably the most important part now. And this is what I found a lot of people struggled with in the basic rider course. Right? And it's not something that you think about until you have to do it. So I don't want you guys to freak out. I want you guys to be comfortable. Again, get used to the first gear, get used to all that stuff. So basically what they're going to have you do is kind of like a figure 8. So U-turn kind of stuff, right? So on a sport bike, if you're practicing on a sport bike, it's obviously going to be a little bit difficult because the weight distribution on the sport bike is higher up, right? So it's very top heavy. Whereas if you're doing a 125 or maybe like a little Honda Shadow, it's a lot of more, the weight's a lot lower to the ground. So it's a lot easier to do these maneuvers. You feel more stable. So here's what we're going to do. This is basically the exercise. So we're going to look where we want to go. As soon as we pass those cement blocks, we're going to make a U-turn. Right? So we want to go in maybe 12 to 15 miles an hour. Right? U-turn. You're going to manage your friction zone in the clutch. If you need to get a foot down, you definitely can. And boom. Now you're going to go this way. Right? And then again, manage your brake. Look where you want to go. And we're good. And boom. There you go. That's all in first gear. You don't need to get out of that. So if you could do that, guys, I mean, that motorcycle endorsement is pretty much yours. I'm telling you right now. That's the hardest part. Honestly, the U-turn. That's it. If you could do that, you're chilling. They're going to have you obviously do other stuff like weaving, but weaving is pretty intuitive. Just keep the throttle steady, right? And you're gonna have to go in between cones at a much slower speed than this, so don't worry about it. So you'll be fine there. That's not gonna be that difficult. And then the other one that you're gonna do is swerving. So they're gonna tell you, hey, imagine there's an obstacle in the middle of the road, right? So we're right here, and they're gonna tell you either go left or go right. So let's say they tell us go right, boom, that's it, right? Last but not least, what you also want to be able to get a hand for, and what you want to be able to get used to, is your front brake. You get used to using both your rear and front, but most of your braking force is in your front brake. So what you want to do is maybe accelerate to 20 miles an hour, grab your, let off throttle slowly, and grab your front brake and press slowly, and feel the front brakes grab. And man, I'm telling you, if you guys can do that stuff, if you can practice 2-3 times a week, the stuff that we just talked about in this video, you guys are one step closer to making sure you pass that basic rider course. I have no doubt in you guys that you guys can definitely do it. If you guys are watching this video, it's definitely because you're interested and you want to learn. So if you put your mind to it, for sure you can definitely do it. I don't want you to be scared. The written test, at least here in South Florida, is pretty simple. I mean, it's stuff like, for example, how do you make sure that you can brake in time in case of emergency? Is it A, slam on your front brakes, B, progressively apply both front and rear brakes, stuff like that, where the answer is kind of obvious. So I don't want you guys to be scared of either the written or the writing test. You guys are doing great. And if this was helpful to you guys, hear me out, guys. If you guys found this any at all helpful, make sure to like the video. Make sure to let me know down below when you plan on taking your test and what bike you plan on getting. I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say. I can't wait to interact with you guys. And if you guys have any questions for me, leave them down in the comments below, and I'll try to address them as quickly as I can. I tend to answer most comments. If you guys look at my past videos, you'll see that most comments have responses from me. But with that being said, guys, that's going to be it for me right there. As always, you know what to do. Have fun, ride safe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace!